Welcome. Trust me, if you're gonna make it all the way through this video, you're gonna want some of this too. Hit it. All right, it's time to fly.
Take off.
In the day
The home
of
point has been updated. Please check it on the
social
map.
distancing, this is about as distant as I can get. You might be asking, why in the world am I back here in this godforsaken wasteland? Because we live in a what have you done for me lately world. I came out here to set a personal distance record. I wanted to see if I could get basically 3 miles, which I managed. Felt pretty good about myself. Posted it online, and I immediately got the, oh well, Dustin Dunhill did 18,000 feet. There's this guy in Hawaii that went, yeah, I'm well aware what Mr. Dunhill did. He was the inspiration for my video, and it was the most disturbing video I'd ever seen. I mean, I was just nerve-wracking watching that whole thing. But he managed to get out to 18,090 feet, I believe, is what he hit. It was impressive, I'm not going to lie. See, he made it back to, I think, about 40 feet. But he was on the position mode, which I am getting out of and doing sports mode because I know you don't want to watch a 2-hour video. Now, when I went out to 17,006 feet, I made it back to about 600 feet before I was forced to land. Now, also, the comments, I got in trouble for that because apparently it's not a good idea to let these batteries go all the way to 0. I am not a battery engineer. Is that a thing? So I can't dispute that. So I am not going to let this one go dead. This may simply be a one-way trip. Of course, it may be a nothing trip if I hit a tree right off the bat. So, seriously, the same tree I almost smacked last time. I have a real steep learning curve, apparently. Is that the nicest way of saying I'm an idiot? All right, anyway, back to the flight. My goal, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'd like to get 18,000 feet. But, more than that, I gotta get in here where I can see my phone here. I'd like to, just to see how far these parabolic antennas, is that what they call? To me, I just keep referring to them as my C3PO antennas. Because they're gold and shiny, like C3PO. Is anybody else just annoyed that they feel the need to stick C3PO in every Star Wars movie? I mean, then they'll change up just enough. Oh, give him a red arm this time so we can sell a completely different toy. Is anybody else bothered by that? Weak signal already. But that's because I had to move into... Nope, don't come back yet. I had to kind of get into the car here just to get out of the road because there was cars coming. Cancel that. I feel like this ought to pick up here in just a second. I may have to move away from the vehicle. I'm a little, again. Come on, I got faith in you. Still moving. There's the video. There. Because we ain't even close to done. We're just barely over a mile. Yeah, I kind of caught flack about the last one. Strong wind. No. I picked this day. It's been nasty. It's been windy and rainy. this is the first day that it's been halfway decent. So I don't want to hear no wind warnings yet. But we also have a severe temperature difference from the last time. Last time, I feel like it was a lot warmer and the humidity was a lot less. Now it's kind of cool. It's very humid. I'm thinking that's definitely going to have something to do with our signal strength. As you can see, all the fields are pretty wet right now. We've gotten a lot of rain. But like I said, between the rain, the wind, we've had a lot of wind. If it wasn't raining, it was just ungodly windy. Between that and the fact that apparently I'm an essential employee, I don't get the days off. Bless those of you that do. But as a respiratory therapist in the middle of a worldwide respiratory pandemic, I don't get a day off. Yeah, I get a day off. I just don't get many of them. So, how do I spend my day? Do I spend my day catching up with my family? No, I tried to FaceTime one of them. Of course, it's the same one that makes fun of all my videos, so she just kind of made fun of me, then went about her way.
Battery level is low. The aircraft will go to the home point in 10 seconds.
No, you will not. And I guess there's a way to adjust when it considers a low battery. I was told about that and immediately forgot to do it. So we've already passed 2 miles. I would love to get up to 20,000 feet. I don't see that as an option today. But we're just going to kind of see what we can do. Just flat out hauling butt. When I first pulled over here, there wasn't a car around. There's a highway about a half a mile behind me, and there's nothing around. And a Jeep was going down the highway, and they came back about the time I set Vern down on the road. They came back because they thought maybe I had got stuck in some of this mush, as you can see. Still doing good. Closing in on 14,000. We've lost the big wind. We've lost any. We haven't had any loss of signal in a while. Feeling good about this. Now remember, 17,006 was my max. That's what I did last time. And I know 18,090 is what Dustin Dunhill did. A couple people made fun of me, or brought that up. I'm just going, oh. Yeah. Montana Drone is one of them. He mentioned it. See, some of us don't get to go out there to Montana, fly around in beautiful spots. Some of us have to go out here to empty cornfields. That's mainly because all the pretty places have been shut down right now. All right, we are closing in on my record. I'm getting a little tense. I don't know if you can tell, it's a bright day. I'm having a hard time seeing my screen here. Come on. All right, I feel like this will be a new record. Yes! We are in uncharted territories. Here they be monsters. No. Don't even think about it. Apparently it's thinking about it. No! So close. Come on! This will be a huge failure. Turn around! We're too close. Get around these trees here. We are less than... Don't make me do math. So we're like a football field away. You're like 80. Yes! Come on, 90. All right, Mr. Dunhill. Yeah, I was going to say suck it, but that seems a little rude. Let's just see what we can do. Is 19,000 a possibility? It is looking possible. Not really top speed. Must have some headwind. But we are past 19,000 feet. I am patting myself on the back, and I think I just sprained my shoulder. Come on, 20. Do I hear 20 for the win? Am I going to run out of road? Hard to tell. But 20 is seeming like a possibility. Look at this. Look at this. 20,000 feet. So what's 4 miles? $21,000 and stuff. 320. Well, let's see if we can get 21,000. Let's see if we can approach 4 miles. Unbelievable. Now I know he ain't gonna make it back, but I'm just absolutely stunned the range of this thing. I am flabbergasted. Is that it? Flabbergasted? $22,000 feet. I'm just boggled. My mind is boggled. Yeah, see if we can get 23 here, get another 200 feet. We'll call this done. $23,000. All right. Spin around. Let's come on back. Close as we can, at least. Get above the road, and I'll go get you, Vern. I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot further than I thought possible. So it doesn't seem like I'm limited by range out here in this wide open field with the C3PO antennas. Seems like I'm more limited by battery. Good to know. Hush up. How much battery we got here? So got to get back to at least the road. All right, ain't gonna lie, I'm a little tense now. Not gonna quite return to home yet. Okay. Problem is, it's a kind of a bright day out here, and I'm having issues seeing exactly where the road is. That ain't it. Aha. I see something. Congratulations, you made it to the end. All right, looked pretty straightforward, right? A long flight, didn't make it even close to back. I didn't even make the total distance that I did my last time. I think it was totaled 10 kilometers plus, something like that. This one ended up being 8. But here's where it got sticky. Now, where it cut off, right there at that field, you saw there were 2 different fields. One of them looked a darker green. Well, with the brightness of the sun and the phone, I couldn't really tell which was which. So I just let it, and I lost signal, so I just let it set down. So I go there, and the road I was trying to get to, not the crossing road, the straight back to me road, that last section was just total mush. This was my fault. I know. I should have scouted it before I went. I didn't. Calm down. I know I've learned my lesson. I don't need 200 comments telling me I'm a fool. I know. I'm getting 200 comments telling me I'm a fool. Anyway, so I wasn't going to risk driving down there because it was just slush. So I ended up having to go out of the bottoms, around, back down this road. And by the time I got there, it was an extra few minutes. And I realized the 2 fields, the darker green was I'm thinking cornfield. I don't know what soybeans look like, but whatever it was, there were plants about 18 inches high, taller in some places a lot taller. And they were soaking wet. I'm like, oh crap, I landed that. I'm following the where's my drone. And it takes me out and it's over in those plants. I'm like, no. So I'm trying not hurt somebody's crops. I start looking. I go to the where's my drone picture, and as I'm looking around, I hear beeping, but it's just for I'm to start beeping and flashing on the Find My Drone, and it lasts for seconds, just enough for me to hear it. Start. Okay, where's it at? It quits. If I could have drove straight to it, I think that'd have been a little bit more battery life, but that was it. That was the last of the battery. So now I start looking. And I'm pulling up the video. Okay, this was that. This is what it could see. So it had to be right here. Go to where it shows the last, the Find My Drone. I go to that point and I'm like, this is too far back. It's got to be closer to the road. So I start traipsing through that field for 2 hours through that baby cornfield. And it's soaking wet, every piece. By the time I'm done, I have water. It's, the grass is coming up to, the crops are coming up to my knee, but my pants are so soaked, it's working its way up. It's mid-thigh. My shoes, when I get home, I notice every time I take a step, I'm slinging little fountains of water out. They're just soaked. 2 hours, I'm looking out there, and I'm not finding it. And every thought going through my mind, it's like, oh God, I gotta buy another drone. It's like, the cheap ones, $399. Then it's $100 for the SD card that I had in it. The skin was $25. I thought, well, I could go ahead and buy another of the combo pack. At least I get 3 more batteries, and that'll give me 5 since I've now lost one. I'll have a controller that doesn't work with it. I guess these controllers are specific to it. So I'm just out there thinking, it's like, oh man, last time I had to drive for 2 hours to a Best Buy to get one. So I guess I order one online. Just dreading it. I'm like, man, I'm going to tell my wife. I'm really dreading that. So I looked all over, and I trying not to. I'm doing geometric patterns up and down every row. I'm like, this thing, I'm stunned. It's so thick in places. The crops are so thick that I'm thinking, how did it not land on the top of it? Or were the crops moving? Did it detect that not being? Did it go somewhere else after it lost connection? I'm like, did it land in the road? Did it cross the road? I'm trying to find over there. I'm just everywhere. And I've resigned myself to, I've lost it, Vern. So but at this point, I've watched the video over and over and over, and like it was heading at that tree at an angle, and I'm standing there at that tree. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to head straight back out to that angle and just see. And I thought, and I'm going home. By this time, the sun is going down. It is getting dark. I'm like, I'm just going to walk from this angle out, and I'm walking out, and I'm like, this is so much further than I know it can be. I'm just out there a ways. And I get out there, and I pull up my phone again. I'm like, okay, according to this shows the Find My Drone where it ought to be, but it can't be because I'm watching the video and everything. It's, and I've looked here. This was really the first place I came and looked. And I heard the beeping way up closer to the road. I was thinking, it's got to be up there. But here's the problem. Where I first took off, about half a mile behind me, which is now 4 miles away, there was a highway. I can hear traffic going up and down that highway. The sound carries so well out there in that middle of nowhere. And so the beeping could have been from anywhere. So I go walk out there. I'm at where it shows I should be. I thought, it's not here. I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna walk back towards that tree. Move over a few feet, a couple of rows, whatever, back towards that tree. And if I don't see it, it's lost. There's nothing else I can do. You know, it's not supposed to rain tonight, but I got to work tomorrow. Maybe if the weather holds up, I'll get a couple of volunteers come out with me tomorrow evening, see if we can find something, get lucky. But I turn, there's Vern sitting there. I don't know if the propellers just moved all the grass, but he has a perfect drone space clearing that he landed in. Not on top of the crops that would have helped me tremendously if I just set up on top. But, I mean, it was just like a crop circle that he landed in. I was like, oh my. Oh. I would say I could have kissed him, but I did. I'm just stunned that I found him. I mean, because I was giving up. That was literally, I'm turning around, I'm going back to the car. There he is. So I learned a couple lessons in it. Yeah, I know the visual line of sight. I may have been past that on that. I'm just curious. That was just, had to know. Now I know. So, not again. And also learned that if you have to use the Find My Drone feature, believe in it. You know, if it's saying that's where it's at, that's where it's at. Because I was looking a lot closer to the road. And looking back now, I had the camera angled down. It was still 90 feet up in the air, I think, when I lost connection with it. So I'm looking down at an angle, so it makes it look like it's a lot closer. But like I said, I kept pulling up the maps and showing, look, it's not that far from the road. So, lesson learned. And the worst part, I just skinned it. I'm thinking, this bright color, how am I not seeing it? Did it land and slide down in between? Because it was tightly packed. So anyway, water up to mid-thigh, just soaking wet. Come home. Wife's like, so did you have a good time? Why are you wet? Did you fall in a lake? I said, no, I didn't fall in a lake. She said, did you land in a lake? I said, no. She said, did you get it out of the lake? I'm like, no. No lake involved. She said, well, what happened? I said, I don't want to talk about it. She said, oh, I have got to know. So I told her. Her two responses was, you did that wrong. You're not very bright, are you? I couldn't argue with either fact because, yeah, I did that wrong. And I ain't very bright. But I have a burn back. And I don't know where I put him. Oh, he's in the car. All right. So, we learned not to do it with my hair. We learned visual line of sight is very important. Apparently they have that law not just so you can keep track of other aircrafts that do it, so you don't lose yours. I'm a believer in it. Also learned that the restrictions for those C3PO antennas, really it's almost the battery more than the distance. Those things can, I think they were I paid less than $10 for them. It's weird that they always lose connection within like the first half mile, whatever it was. But they will reach out and touch someone. That is money well spent for those. And I can't stand that DJI for the Mavic Mini Go Fly app, they basically ignored Android. All the tablets I've got are Android tablets. None of them you can actually use their app on. That would have been nice. Could have used my tablet. I could have seen a little better. With that being said, since they can't, I am investing in one of those sunshade hoods for my phone so I can see better. If I could have seen, once I had my phone in the vehicle in the shade, and I could see the difference of the land. I'm like, man, why didn't I land there? But now that, like I said, that will be the next investment. It's one of those shades so I can see better. So, lessons learned. Almost the hard way. Although 2 hours walking around in a cornfield, I ain't a dope smoker. I may even walk around in somebody's grow operation. I don't know. But anyway, got him back. All's well that ends well. But now I know every time I go to fly a drone, I'm going to have to listen to her. Don't laugh at. Kind of brought that one on myself. All right. Cue Captain Marvel.
Hey, Peter Parker.